If you want to like examine the results of the model, what we can do is we know the model is going to be a movie. Um, a list of movies, right? Then you can assert the value of the movie. You can verify that to be. You always want to have the test expected versus actual. So that's one. And then this is going to be one. So this would return. This should succeed. So all we are doing is we are pulling out the model object because it is complex. We are taking it into a temporary variable, casting it just like how we did the other object, and then we are all done. So it worked fine. Okay, so maybe we can try one more test. We can go into the controller. If you look at the details, see if you see here, before we were just querying for movies, now we are querying for find. So this will be another interesting test where you have to mark the find object also. So let's just copy this. So all of our setup is the same. So the one change that we have to do, well, there is few changes. So let's not even do this. So the method we are calling is details. And then details always takes a parameter, input parameter. We want to give that one. Okay, so if you look here, let's forget this flow. We are not going to worry about it now because we are looking at the success flow, which means it's going to search into the database, find a match. See, finding the match, this part we are not testing, we are marking. So we should get some valid movie object, which we are going to inject anyways. And then if it is not null, it's going to return the view with the movie. That's the flow we are testing. So for this to work, let's just compile it and then like run it because it's going to like blow up saying it doesn't know what find is. So let's look at that. So even if you are not like remembering all of your methods that you have to mark, when you step through, you're going to know because it won't let you go further without all of that. So what happened here is the find object here, because it didn't find the find method, nothing happened here. It didn't know what to do with it. We did not send a mark there. Okay, so if you look at this find method, that is part of the DB set, not the iQueryable. So we don't want to call it as iQueryable. That part we have to eliminate. So that's not what we are marking. We are marking the DB set find method. And then this has to be, what are we returning, right? So that would be list dot. I don't care what I'm returning. I'm just like returning something. As long as I return a movie object, I'm good to go. So find actually takes parameters. So in order for us to make that work, we have to like call because it's like a whole bunch of array of objects, this will say, I don't care about the parameters, no matter what the parameter is, just return this movie object. So this will be like one movie, right? Now that should work. So the movie that it returns has to be like Jaws, I think. See? Oh yeah, we lost that line. The context setup, we lost that one. The movie that's returned, see Jaws 1. So that's what is returned. Movie is not null. So we come through the normal successful result. And then of course we can double check that there is one movie returned and all that stuff. You can add to this a little bit more. Okay, so for the failure method, so like I said before, anytime there is a new reference to a method of the markup of the object, anytime that's referenced, you have to make sure that is also marked. Like these four methods were invoked the first time around because there was a query. The next time around, you just need to do it for the DB set, whatever function is there. Like similarly, if you look at the code, there is something called save changes. That one has to be marked up when we actually come across that one. Add has to be marked up. So you have to like add a setup and say whenever add is called, you have to return movie. And that'll be your own dummy movie. So you gotta make sure that all of the methods are marked up. Okay, so let's look at these, other two. So details,